Alright, this one. We'll do something different. I'm going to stream this MFer to Facebook. Just for the heck of it. I'm not going to make it long. It'll take like 500 hours to upload it. I've never done it before. And just to kind of show you what I do. I talk while I'm playing games. And that is not a big revelation. It's what everybody does. So I just cleared this place out. Here it's all cleared out. I removed the junk, or most of it. And this is a new settlement of mine, but if you notice, there's 0 people, 0 food, 0 water, 0 power, 0 defense, and 0 beds, and 50% happiness, because how could you not have 50% happiness when there is nobody here? I can build fences, I can build defenses, I can build buildings, I can build all kinds of stuff. But not until people come here and settle. So what I need to do is go to my building menu, get power and generators. I can build one of these. So I'm going to build one. I'm going to build a generator. Now what the generator does, obviously, is what a generator does. It supplies power. I'll build it up here. Boom. There's the generator. I will build I'll build a tower. Oh, look at that. I have enough materials to build a tower. I'll build a tower. Now what that little radio beacon does is basically send out a recorded signal saying, hey, here's a place to live. Come on down. Follow this signal. What they fail to mention in this game, which kind of cracks me up, is how are they following this signal? I mean, are they holding a radio up and going, it's coming in better, it's coming in better? They never show that. Does everybody in the game have this little handheld radio on battery power? And where do they find the batteries? And they kind of ignore that. Anyway, who cares? Boom. Boom. We connect to power. All of a sudden, we got power. So, I have a site that possibly people are going to show up to, but I have 0 water, 0 food, 0 defense, and 0 beds. So we have a little problem here. What I need to at the very least do is give some people some beds, because people will not settle here without them. I think people don't care if they sleep over a blank spot in the building. So 1, 2, you have to have the material, by the way, to build this. So I found some metal, and I found some cloth, and I found some wood, and I was able to build 3 beds. When I actually get somebody, I have somebody. Okay, see, there says people 1 now. So I have somebody showing up to the site. RE, that scraps it. That gives me 4 wood. When they show up to the site, I can send them out and be a what do you call it? They can be a runner. They can be a tradesman. They can take the materials from this site and share it with the next site, which a domino effect shares with all the other sites. So then I'll have enough material, even though it's not here, though trade is open now, I can go ahead and build whatever I want. So I'm going to wait, and I'm going to pause this thing for a second because I have to use the bathroom, and then I'll show you what it's all about as soon as that 1 person shows up. Alright, so here's the deal. We've got the site. We've cleared it. There's no more bad guys here. We've got... Oops, I've got a bed. We've got this is the area. See that little line? That means I cannot build outside of it. And if you look at the top of the screen, it says food, water, power, defense, beds, happiness, size. I can build the site and disregard size. There's actually a really good workaround. So you can build the site. I can make this like have 50 people in it, theoretically, if I had the room. what I need to do once I send somebody out to be the runner, the trader or whatever, to get people here and happy, is give them basically one food per person, one water per person. Power is kind of a thing that it's a minor thing. It does raise the happiness level. Happiness level is, hey, we've got food, we've got water, we've got a roof over our heads. We've got, we're fairly secure here. We have enough defense. Somebody's given me a gun and some armor, so I feel pretty secure. So you build on that, and this isn't the only settlement in this game. I mean, you have dozens of settlements, but what you do is kind of focus on one, try to get as good as you can. So what I'm doing right now is waiting for this. It says people 1 that I just set up a radio tower. The radio tower has like this recorded message that says, hey, why don't you come here? We're safe, we're cool. Here's the radio tower. Hey, we've got this spot here. Come on over. Work your way over, and here's a good safe spot. Remember, this is a post-nuclear environment. 200 years post-nuclear, but obviously the world has not gotten better in 200 years. Somebody made a lighthouse, though. I need to go investigate that. People are living the way that they live, tooth and nail, and day to day, and meal to meal. And basically, when I send out this thing, I'm saying, hey, here's a little bit of safety. Here's a little bit of here's somewhere to maybe set your roots down. The reason I'm talking so much is because I'm waiting for this one person to show up so I can continue development on this. I'm going to go ahead and put food down, water down. The reason this one person is so important is that it's my supply line. All the supplies that I've built up in the game until now are not necessarily in my backpack. They're at other places where I've stored them. But if I have a tradesman out running around, going from place to place, it opens up. Here, I'll show you, okay? This is easier to explain. M. Okay, escape. M. Here's a map of everywhere I've been. This is a settlement. If I hit C, it shows all of my settlements. And it shows the supply lines all connected to each other. See how everything's connected? So if I have supplies here, well, this place gets it, and this place gets it, and this place gets it. Well, then if this place gets it, then this place gets it, so does that place, and this place. And if I have a toaster here, well, and has parts in it that I need, it'll go here, or here, or here, which will, everything's connected. So here's me right now. I have no parts connected. What I need to do is connect with County Crossing, which is the closest one right now. So that's what I'm waiting for. Whoops, escape tab. What I'm waiting for is this one person I have right now to show up, so I can say, hey, guess what? Here's your job. You can go ahead and live here, but you need to take supplies and run them to County Crossing. They're not here right now. I may have enough supplies to just do something goofy like, let me see here. Maybe I can make water. I mean, they're missing water. Do I have enough? Oh, I can make one water pump. Water's good. Water's always good to have, especially in, post-apocalyptic America. Boom. Can I do food? Do I have any food? Oh, I have 4 carrots. Hey, it'll keep you alive, right? Better than nothing. Ooh, 18 corn. What? I'm not sure why I have this. I must have already had it in my bag. I'm not sure why I have 18 corn. In this game, food only grows in sand or dirt. So some settlements are easier than others to build food for. If you notice, I still have 0 food. Why? Because look, requires, and see that little red body with a waving hand? That means I don't have a body to pick that yet. People are important. So, I have enough water for 3 people, and I just laid down enough food for like 7 or 8 people. I have 3 beds. That's fine for now. I have 0 defense. Well, defense, here's how you deal with defense. Defense, you can have guard posts. They are equivalent to 2 defense, but they require a person. Here are turrets. They do not require a person, but they require material. I do not have enough material to build anything because I'm not connected to my network of suppliers, basically. So I'm waiting for this one person who's been attracted by my radio signal, which is the tower right there, which we discussed, to show up. And as soon as they show up, the second they show up, I can send them and say, guess what? You're my supplier. And boom, I'll get all the supplies I need to completely build this place up. But at this point, I'm just waiting. It's a waiting game. And it usually isn't more than 5 or 10 minutes, but right now it seems like I've been talking for a long time. And this was going to be the my first upload to Facebook, which would be a really boring video. If somebody doesn't show up pretty soon, I can like kill the corn. No, I can't really kill the corn. So I cleared this house out of bad guys, and there was bad guys. They're kind of there. They're kind of like these undead zombie type guys. But the house is really, really in bad shape. It's horrible. I mean, there's a roof. Okay, we could put a bed here. We could put a bed there. You're not sleeping in the weather, but I mean, walls wide open. I didn't put those beds there. They're already there. I maybe can put a piece of floor here and throw a couple beds there. The people that are going to live here are, you know, it's a hard luck deal, man. I mean, you might live here, but these windows are blasted out. You're getting rain on your head if it's raining. I have a little more empathy than that. I would actually, once I get my supply line open, is build another building. What you do is you get supplies to build buildings. And I'll build something like over here, or even wrap it completely around this thing. All people really need is food, water, and a roof over their head in this game, and some form of defense. You know, you got to feel a little secure. So I'm just waiting for my one person to show up, which... Hello? Is anybody home? Nobody's home yet. This person has been coming for like 10 minutes, so I'm not sure what's going on in the game. I am playing a bugged version of the game, which isn't good. I lost my sidekick. I have no companion. They disappeared in a bug, so I'm on my own. At this point, I might as well, if that's how it's going to work, I might as well just get all the buffs for playing the game with no companion as compared to playing with a companion, which is how I buffed the game so far, because I always had a companion, but I had a bug and they disappeared earlier tonight. If you were to watch my YouTube videos, I went on a search for her, and she's not in the game anymore. Somehow, when the game bugged, it eliminated my companion from the game, period. She is not in the game anymore. And if you know the game, it's Piper. I lost Piper. She's gone for good. She went into the underground. I am not sure where this companion went, so let's go ahead and try to shorten this time period up where I'm sitting here. Saw 3 beds upstairs earlier. We'll just like sleep for 8 hours. So there should be a There should be somebody here when we wake up because it doesn't. You can walk across the entire wasteland in 8 hours. So you can walk across the entire wasteland in probably 3 hours. So, oh, it's daylight, much better. Oh, there we go. So first thing I'm going to do is before I tell him what to do, I'm going to try to give him some money.
I just wanted to introduce myself. I just wanted you to know that I am ready to do whatever it takes to make this into a real home. Any place you want me to pitch in?
No.
Not right now. Thanks.
All right, just let me know.
Okay. I will.
Can we trade a few things?
Of course.
First thing you got to do is if you make a trader, somebody's going to travel. They need to be, what will happen is they'll get their butt kicked because they're traveling with a bunch of goods that everybody wants. So you got to make them tough. You got to give them some good armor and a decent gun. They don't have to be a huge gun because they come back to life. They never perma-die. But I'll tell you what, if you want to keep trade flowing and going correctly, because they will get killed and knocked prone, and then all of a sudden your supplies will be knocked off, and then they'll be brought back up when he comes unprone. But if he's around 8 guys, he's going to go prone for like an hour, blah, 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 and you lose your stuff. So what you do is you give them a good set of armor and a weapon. And it actually, believe it or not, this is how if you haven't played video games in a long time, you're like, are you serious? You're giving an NPC this stuff and it actually affects the game. Yes, it affects the game. It's that smart. So, you give this guy some good armor. And it's not just this guy. You give any trader, anybody who's you're relying on for your supply line, good armor. Give him a harness, which has just a +1 defense buff if you look at the little screen in the middle. So we'll give him that. And we'll give him a chest piece. Now we got right arm, right leg, left leg. It's alphabetized right now, and it's kind of hard because things are randomly named and blah, blah, blah. So it takes a bit to arm them. You pretty much have to scroll through everything. So what we got is, I already gave him a chest piece, but we can give him a left arm, left leg, right leg. We're looking for a right arm now. And he's pretty much decked out. Not finding a right arm. Left arm, left something, left, right arm. Okay. So, we go, first we give him the harness. We give him a left arm, left leg, right leg, chest piece, right arm. He's decked out pretty good right now. See, now he's tough. Look at that. Are you going to be able to hit that guy? Nah, I don't think so. He's covered in metal and stuff. So, I go into the building mode. I go here. I go Q. Oh crap! I don't remember where to send him now, though. Okay, so I'm gonna say to escape. Oh, tab. Get out of that. I'm gonna hit escape. I'm gonna go M. C. Whoops, C. Hit D instead. That's where he is. The closest place for him to trade with, or the safest maybe, is probably County Crossing. Oops. So now I go V, hold the V, boom. This is all on keyboard mouse. This is PC. It's different. So now I hit Q. And I say, guess what, dude? Go to County Crossing. Are you sure? Yes, I am sure. So boom, he's assigned, he's off. He is going to bring me supplies. Now, I just hit it, and he hasn't left the property, but that doesn't matter. Now I can actually build on this property. So, I have 1 person, 0 food, 3 water, 3 power, 0 defense. Well, we need food. Well, I've planted food, but we need people. I got a tower, which attracts people. Once again, sort of a waiting game, but there are things I can do to accelerate it. We've got food, but there's not enough water, so we'll go water. Boom. Now I've got 1 million. I can probably make 818 water pumps. Remember I was telling you before I needed that connect. So I'm building water pumps. Basically, at this point, I'm trying to keep them at the edge of the property. Anywhere where I can build them and they won't be an issue for me planting things or building other things. Boom. 21 water. Okay? So that literally means I have enough water for 21 people on this piece of property that I have one person on right now. This house I consider a total piece of crap. I wouldn't know why anybody would want to live in it. I can probably put 4 or 5 beds in here. Okay, in this game, I could literally build a bed right here, and people would sleep in it. But that just doesn't seem like role playing. I mean, would you sleep here in Boston, in Massachusetts? Would you sleep outside? I wouldn't. Would you sleep next to a huge hole in a wall? Well, I can put a bed here, and people will. I don't do that. That's not, to me, that's not correct role playing. I can try to repair this wall. Honestly, I'm not even sure if I can. We'll go to walls. And I can put a wall here. I can put a wall there. And guess what? I just blocked off some of it, but this is sort of exposed to the weather. So then we go upstairs and say, well, yeah, they got a wall down there, but, you know, it's all exposed here. So I go to floors and put some floors down, which sort of covers the weather. There. So I don't feel too bad. I mean, they got beds here, and it's sort of covered. I can check up there. Oops. I'll take that. I can go down here and look now. Say, okay, that's covered up, and that's pretty much covered up. You got some weather coming in. I like to role play this. Would you want to sleep here? Not really. I mean, broken windows. But you can. I can put a couple beds there. What I prefer to do, now that I have almost unlimited supply, because I cheated in the game and gave myself a whole lot of supplies, is build a building. So what I can do is build a basically waterproof building. Whoops. For these people. I'll build it about this high off the ground. There's a reason I build it this high off the ground, because if I build it lower, then see that? The shrubs and bushes kind of show through. I don't really like that. So I also got to keep it far enough away to build walls. Whoops. They sort of connect together if you get a good... There we go. By the way, this concrete floor, there's only like 2 options with floors that will actually do this, where you can just basically almost build wherever you want. See how that one's low and there's bushes coming through it? Not very cool. But whatever. I mean, I could have built higher. I should have apparently built higher. So this is the bottom floor of a building. This is how we build things. Why not? Logs, roots, who cares? We'll go over the top of them. Doesn't matter. It's not like Bob Ross, right? It's a happy little foundation. We can do whatever we want. That might actually be enough. I don't really need to build too much more. That's into the building. Like I said, I can build anywhere I want. That's kind of into the building. I don't know if I want to do that. At least on the bottom floor. Okay? So, I got this weird ass looking foundation. Now I build walls. Walls, you have a ton ton of choices. There's a million choices. This is the good old standby right here. I like these. They're oh, come on. They snap into place, but they're really kind of sensitive. Whoop. So what I'm doing is just kind of following the floor that I made. One piece of floor equals one piece of wall. They have the size. I mean, you can build smaller floors and you can build smaller walls. There's a lot of options. I'm just showing you what I'm doing right now. I mean, I could go over all the options and it would take all day. Ooh. See how close that is to the property line? I'm lucky I can still build here. Because technically, I'm out of the property line. I don't know if it's called a property line. That's what I call it. As a, you know, construction master 2000. That's cool, but we need a front door. So this is a front door piece. Boom. So now it has a door. This is my oddly shaped building that I could be happy with. Or I could say, yeah, this ain't good enough. We're going to go back to floors. I'm going to say I want to build a second story on this place. So if you want to build a second story on this place, you need to give it a second story floor. Once again, it's kind of a chore to get them to snap together. Here's where you bring out your inner designer and decide where that stairway is going. It's definitely not going down like a hallway like this is. So I think that stairway is happening right there. Or, well, it's actually better if it does not occur on the outside edge of a building, but we're going to do it here. There is a way to do it that's, you can go ahead and do it on an outside edge. It's actually not bad. Take a little stairway, skinny stairway, connect it here, go upstairs, tab, go back to your stairs again, your floors, get a mini floor. Put that sucker right here, right next to the stairway. Boom. Boom. Now, here's the deal. Once you're up here, and we've got our odd-shaped building, it doesn't matter. I can go ahead and put floors. They float without support. It doesn't have a lot to do with reality, but I can build this building over the width of the entire property with floating floors, if I wanted to. What I think I want to do is kind of make a square building. So we go E. We get shack upper floor. We really should match floor to floor. I said square, but this is more of an L shape. So that's pretty good. I mean, well, I can go here actually. The reason I kind of make them big to begin with is because we don't know this. There's something kind of random in the game. I could end up with 80 people living on this little piece of property, which I doubt because I wouldn't have the area for food. So I'm going to go with a, it's kind of a view. You know, this is waterfront. We got waterfront property here. So I'm going to go with a view on this stuff. This It's a little tricky. These pieces don't like to join in corners. So I'm going to give them a view, you know. Even though it's Massachusetts, supposedly it doesn't snow anymore in Massachusetts. It's always kind of nice and sunny. I don't notice people wearing like shorts and tank tops, but they're pretty content. And oop. So getting things to snap together is a little tough in this game. You got to kind of move subtly or rotate things. And see how it pops 1 second and then not. It's a little touchy. Anyway, we'll give them a view by basically building non-weatherproof walls. I do have the option after I'm done building this. What? What? No. What? 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 Hold on. The hell's I have not seen this before, where they took off at an angle. I didn't even know you could do that. Honestly, I did not know you could do that. So, we got walls. Whoops, tab. Sort of walls. I'm missing one there. So, let's go here and go with a thin wall. And hopefully that one will stick and not hit that concrete pillar. Because those ones are kind of a 3D type wall. Oop. I might not be able to build right there. Okay, so it says it'll stick there, so I just kind of move and see if it'll... No? Come on. Really? I can't build a wall right there? Are you serious? Lame. Lame. What's in its way? I mean, that's not really in the way. It should be able to put a wall there. Just not snapping together. You learn to live with this in the game. Okay, so we're leaving that open. That's okay, it's not a big deal. We'll just put a roof over it. We'll just be like, oh, alright, it's just a covered area. So, roof works the same way. You kind of move till it snaps. I could get, you know, anal and worry about how everything snaps together and have it all run the same direction and all that stuff, which is what I would do in real life. But who cares at this point? So what we're doing is putting a roof over our development, our structure. I like what's built in panels because I really think that kind of in the future, in post-apocalyptic America, that's how it would be built. It would be built in little snap-together pieces. I really believe so. If you have to scrap for every piece, you'd be like, let's just build a panel. I fell down the stairs. And just snap these panels together. I mean, it might take, you know, 4 nails, might take 16 nails or whatever, you know. If a nail is hard to find, then, well, shit, you know. So, here's our structure. I basically got it. I think I can, well, no, I can't because of the thing. It's kind of open here, so we obviously don't want a bed there. But we got a structure. We got a place for beds. We got, you know, this is pretty good. It ain't bad. I don't think we need a stairway. It's actually, let me see here. It's transitioned real well. Yeah, that's fine. So, what you do, we built the structure. Let's put some beds in this structure. I got enough for 17 more beds, which means I am running low on cloth, like usual. It's one of those demanding things. That's what keeps you playing the game, right? I like to think that if you are in post-apocalyptic America, you would kind of communally sleep, much like a barracks. I would think. I would. Safety in numbers and all that, so that's how I build it. I don't think everybody would want their own little, their own little area. Life isn't like it is nowadays. You don't feel comfortable and secure in your own room away from other people. You're going to want a group of people around you all the time, more of a pack mentality. After if there was an apocalypse, you want your pack near you. You want the security of other people around you. You don't want to be like it is nowadays. Society nowadays is you want your own place. You want your own room. You want your kids at the other end of the room. Hell no. Can you imagine in post-apocalyptic times? Where would you want your kids? In your bed with you, with guns around you. So I put beds next to each other. I believe that's how I would sleep. I mean, not only would I do that, but I would probably have alarms set up and, guns, and, you want to be able to get your 8 hours sleep and make sure everybody's safe. That is my roleplay of this game is, hey, here's a family. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You put the baby crib right here. Oh, actually, not right in the way of the front door. Maybe here. I mean, you want everybody safe. You want strength in numbers. So there I go. I've got a good. I've created. I made a place. I made somebody go and get me supplies that gave me enough supplies to build a place. This is a random chunk of property. Oh, apparently we have somebody. Well, somebody else showed up. So if I hit V, I should have 2. I have 2 people now. And we got 6 water, 21 food, no defense. So yeah, that's something I actually need to take care of. Let's throw some turrets down. Turrets are great. They're unmanned. They're auto turrets, and in this game, they don't require. Well, okay, these turrets don't require power. They will work on their own. Not a lot comes from that side, to tell you the honest truth. If you played the game enough, you kind of know where the bad guys come from. They don't come up from the beach too often, but they do come from both sides here. Usually in the form of the guys we eliminated, which were kind of the you can call them undead, you can call them zombies. They're in the game, they're called ghouls. I can't put any defense here because I'm outside the limit. So, kind of stack up some defense here. Maybe put it in closer to the building. We'll put one here by the front door. We'll put some here in the corner. Here. That's good. That's actually, even though defense is pretty low, it's only 55. It's actually pretty good for this. I'm pretty actually happy with this establishment. So, what we do is escape. Map. But what I did was I went to find this, I went to another place that was not established as a development, which means I need to do the same thing again, which is kind of boring at this point, but I hope you kind of get a piece of what Fallout 4 is about. I did not fight, I didn't do any quests, but I kind of did like a development of a settlement, which is, if you don't cheat, that could have taken a really long time to do. That could have taken 10 levels to do with the amount of supplies. And there's dozens of developments. Here's one. Here's one. They don't call them developments. They're called settlements. Here's one. Each one of these, if you don't cheat, like I have, but I stream. I mean, I don't have like, okay, here's 168 hours of me trying to find enough trees and metal to build a building for you. I can't do that. Anyway, that's kind of an example of how you develop a settlement, and that settlement will stay like that probably for quite a while. I mean, I built a big enough building that I think it's probably done. Might not be done. I mean, if it all of a sudden had 65 people, I would just tear the roof off the second story of that place, put a stairway up, put another floor on top, you know. So there it is. Oh, I get to level up too. Apparently, I dinged while I was building stuff. There you go. I'm going to stop recording.